And hello, Ed here, W4 Echo Mike Bravo, doing a little bit of POTA activation. Can't really take credit for anything that I'm doing here. Bought this radio because of K4SWL. Bought the antenna to Cheligan's MC750 because of K4SWL. Got this key right here, this Czech Army key, because of, well, no, not because of him. I bought it. Anyway, I love this key. Also from G0POT, great set of paddles right here. Tactile, capacitive touch paddles. Yep. All right. Well, I'm going to call a little bit of CQ, see what happens here. Been listening to the frequency. Not sure if you can hear it as well. I happen to have a earbud in because our friend the lawnmower man is mowing, of course. So we'll call QRL here again. Alright, nothing heard. And I always like to throw my call sign out there at the final QRL. Nothing heard. So let's go ahead and hit play. My message to the DA side is my CQ. I'd use the paddles, but my speed is set slow because my copy speed isn't fast. And I don't want to be calling people faster than I can copy. So I do have my keyer speed turned down. Alright, so I just got spotted by the beacon network. I got my phone off to the side here letting me know that I did make the beacon network. Let's go check the POTA website. Alright, I'm on there, 7063 on the POTA website. So, that's got me. And again, I got an earbud in, so I had the volume down a wee bit. When the lawnmower guy quits, I'll go ahead and take it out and then turn the volume up so maybe you can hear it better. It's the first time I've ever used this camera. Another purchase because of K4SWL. I jokingly sent him an email and told him I was going to have my lawyer send him a cease and desist letter because he's costing me lots of money. This key is the only thing sitting on the table and my clock that I did not buy because of him. Well, besides my little rubber mat. This is a real thin yoga mat. WA. D. Okay. 599 from W4DAN. He was just centered on QRZ yesterday. Oh man. Man, WB8 somebody. Ohio. WB8 Whiskey Bravo 8 Delta Delta. Whiskey Bravo 8 Delta Delta. Alright. Well, I might have to stop this and come back. It's an interesting experience. I'll be back. Now that, you know. Alright, well there we go. The motor brigade has moved on. So we'll see if our old frequency is still open. All right, well, last contact was at 1348, and it's currently 1410, so a bit of a break there. I do love this radio. I tell you, if my house caught on fire, this radio would be the thing I grab. I keep it in a 511 range bag with some foam in the bottom, because I do have the tuner option back here. And so the foam has a square cut out in it, so I can set the radio in it. And then beside of it is my key, and then I put a cover over it, a cloth over it. And I keep my key, my clock. And then in the side pocket of the range bag, it has magazine pouches for pistol magazines. I find it very handy to put my key, my my wires, all those things. I'm also using an umbrella that I attached via a C-clamp to the table, and the umbrella shaft goes through a piece of pipe. So that's what holds my umbrella here to the table. Using a Czech military key. This thing is the softest landing key. It's absolutely great. Ooh, okay, there we go. You know, I missed his state. I wasn't paying attention. I think it had one of my problem letters in there. I do have some problem letters when I hear them. An F, an L, a 6, a 1. Sometimes if I write them on the edge of my paper, it helps me think of it in my head. Did-a-da, did-a-da, did-it. Da did it did da 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 did it did it da did it did it. Code Talking. The book out there by a guy named Chris, some or other Ski. I don't mean that rudely. I've just known a lot of skis in my life. First time I've used this camera. I'm hoping things are in there. I might next time try the wide angle. I should be trying my paddle out. Well, my paddle speed is set slow. And this speed from 4 to 40 I'd be afraid that I'd call CQ too fast. And let me try here. Ooh. Okay, there you go. Oops. Oh, K-8TL. Get swallowed. Gosh. I think we're going QSY to 20. 140615. I'm gonna go change my antenna.
Hey, boss.
Okay, so I just changed bands, retuned my antenna. So I'm on 140615. I've been listening here for a couple minutes. I had a friend stop and talk to me. So, but before I activate on the new band, I do need to make sure that it's clear to do so. So let's go ahead and do that. Oops. I missed a dip there. So I'm going to go ahead and put my frequency on the POTA website here. 14, and I'll do that. Let that play one. 14.0615. Pardon me, sneezing. The grounds crew come over here and circled the wagons with me. The mower brigade and weed whacker brigade came. This is rough. Check the reverse beacon just to see where my signal's getting out to. Well, 20's not playing well. Not getting out in very many directions, making it up towards Pennsylvania and down towards Costa Rica, but that Costa Rica station has always got a real good receiver. Well, anyway, if you haven't seen this radio, go on the website, look up There we go. Oh, yep. Three is my number that needs to go over there. T N. OJ. Five. 7. No. 3. 5 3 9. Pennsylvania. WB3DDJ. WB3DDJ, correction on his call sign there. So he said, you know, this is W. So he said this is because he knew that when I answered him, I got his call wrong. I fear that I'm going to be sniffling this whole video, so my apologies. You can't see it, but out there's a lake here at Dunbar Cave State Park, and I've come up with a good one. When weird looking people stop and ask me what I'm doing, I tell them, of course, I'm trying to raise the mothership from the bottom of the lake because they don't want us to know it's there. Lots of people doing exercise out here today. I should probably be doing exercise. good to see all these people out walking and getting in a morning walk. It's 9:43 here in the morning local. Yesterday I was sitting here and a dozen or so police cars went roaring down the road, lights and sirens. And I was thinking, boy, something big's happening to have that many police cars all on one street headed in that direction. Come to find out, somebody made a false report of a did it? Okay. Colorado. An 8 call in Colorado. Guess he's moved on. Some people do or don't agree with the did at the end. You know, technically you've signed off already. Well, not really. I guess I didn't send a SK or an AR. Florida. $5.99. W5GJ. 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 I almost wrote it wrong over there too. And while I'm doing that, you know, I tell myself that when as I'm newer and I'm trying to learn to call or copy call signs, I tell myself that I'll use the notes area to scribble, but I keep forgetting I'm scribbling in my actual call sign area. I like to keep it written neatly here, so when I get home and I go to put this in hammers, it's easier to read. I use hammers on the PC, and I'll make this up, and then I'll import it to my log, which is AC log by N3FJP. And once I import it to my log, I use this feature called fill fields determined by call sign. and I select the imported ADIF ones, just the ones I import, and I'll fill all the fields, and then I'll go ahead and re-export that ADIF to a POTA folder that I have on my PC. Then I go to the POTA website and upload the POTA file. This has been a Is that my K? First time I've used this camera. First time I've done this kind of thing, where I've actually talked to the camera and with any intent of possibly sticking this on my YouTube channel. You have to be a dedicated type to watch this kind of stuff. But for those of us starting our CW journey, it really helps in call sign practice. It's that same guy, W5GJ. Must be somebody pretty close to me. I got my filter on here, and it can even go even tighter. So there's all the way tight, down, there's wide. I like to keep it on CW narrow. That way it gives me an option. I can either go down to nothing, or I can go up one more in order to try to get that signal out of the mud. Oh, looks like mama and daughter here on their second lap. Looks like she's tired this go around. She's getting a ride in the buggy. Battery's still good. This radio is designed so nicely. There's nothing in a menu. In order to get to anything, it's a button knob or switch here on the front. Or button and knob combined. Like this is a button you can press in, and it will move the cursor along the frequency on the VFO. So right now the cursor is underneath the middle zero there, and I could press it and move it over. You can press and hold and move it up to the big numbers. There's probably real terms for these things, kilohertz, megahertz, but my brain is CW'd at the moment. It takes me a lot of brain power for CW, especially when I have lots of distractions. Oh, okay. Okay, thanks. 1 E B Y. Okay. Go. $5.99. Connecticut, $5.99. Oops. Gosh, flubbing that up left and right. But you know what, though? I have found everybody, and K1EBY, thank you so much. That letter Y just stuck on me. Oh, here's my problem letters again. It's Y or Q. You know, I'm new at CW, and it's because of people like K1EBY that makes this so enjoyable. They will absolutely slow down for you. They will say it again, and they're very patient. And so if you're thinking about activating, you know, you just gotta go do it. Just get out there and give it a go. Everyone who is on that CW journey started in the same place, and that's not knowing a dit from a da. And everyone progresses at different rates, and it has been one of the most enjoyable things that I've done in my recent years. I've been, this year be 10 years retired, and this CW portion of this journey has probably been one of the most gratifying things that I've done in all my hobbies that I've done. Started, you know, I've gone out fishing and kayaking and catching great big fish that are 5 feet long in a little plastic boat out on the Cumberland River, and that was pretty darn satisfying, don't get me wrong. But I sat there for 2 years fishing in that one fish story, whereas every time I come do this, I have stories of people who were kind and polite and helpful along the way, and I make contacts every day. Even on bad band conditions, I've come out here. Most recently, a couple Sundays ago, we had a horrible solar flare. Took the A index up to like 76 or something ridiculous, and I still made contacts. I did a 5-park rover, and one of the Long Island CW Club members was following me along every park that I did and making QSO with me, and he said, "Any more parks today?" And he texted me. I said, no, that was it. He goes, "Okay." He says, "I didn't want to burst your bubble, but the A index is like 15. But I'd made 60 contacts that day, and it was just absolute wonderful. Now, where I live, I'm more rural out here in central Tennessee. I went out towards a place called Land Between the Lakes, and I don't have too many parks that count as 2. So when I worked 5 parks, I literally had to go to 5 different parks, make 5 different stops, tear down and set up 5 different times. One park near us is called Port Royal State Park, but it's 45 minutes, almost an hour away. 45 minutes. And it's a 2-for-1 because it's Port Royal State Park, but also the Trail of Tears goes right through Port Royal. And so you can count that as the 2-for-1. But the park that I'm at here, Dunbar Cave, it oh, KL7U. Okay. There's an L again. L. Thank you. You are 5 in. Wow. Texas. Okay, here's the AA guy. I've had him before. Okay, AA 8R. Florida. Oops. Oh, into YLO. Into YLO. Five 559. NY, New York. He was my first POTA contact ever. Into YLO. KK5E. Florida. All right. Another thing that keeps people from activating is they don't know what to say. I would talk out loud while I'm doing it, but I can't. But basically I'm saying da dida da, which is da ti dida da you, thank you, then dida da dida dit, which is you are, and then giving them a signal report 559 599, and you do that twice, 559 559, and then I give my state da da dit, da da dit, TN. Then I send BK da dida dit da dida, which means over to you. And then they'll say da dida dit da dida, and then they'll tell me, you know, good afternoon, whatever, they'll something, and then I'll hear dida dida dit dida dida dit da dit, and so I know they're giving me my RST, as we call it. And you'll hear before that they'll say you are dida da dida dit, and then they'll follow that with my RST. Doing POTA, I've never heard anybody say RST right before they sent it. They normally send UR right before they send it. And again, UR is dida dida dit, dida dida dit. If I was fancy with editing, I would try to put letters across the bottom of the screen. But me and my editor are kind of fighting at the moment. Oh boy. K4. Da 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 da. Okay, ARQ. He's sunk way down in that mud. Thank you to you. 72. I got him though. I got him. Okay. Alright, so he sent me a soon report, or he sent me a 73, and I got his call sign, so I'm putting him in my log. Yeah, little QSB in there. That's 30. That's 30 QSOs. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to, first time using this camera, we're going to go ahead and call it there.